Hello, and welcome back to this week's Global Hot Issues. I'm Jimin, guiding you through this week's top news in plain and friendly English. And as always, our reliable reporter Minsu is here to break things down. Hi, Minsu. Should we get started?
Great to be here, Jimin. There's so much to cover. Trade deals, wildfires, critical global conflicts, science advances, and more. Let's get right into it.
First up, the US and EU finally reached a big trade agreement, right?
Yes, after months of tense negotiations, President Trump announced a new trade framework with the European Union. The agreement puts a 15% tariff on most European imports to the US and in return allows US products more access to the EU market. Business organizations are hopeful it could stabilize global markets, but some consumer groups warn about possible price hikes for imported goods.
Does this affect us here in Asia?
Definitely. Changes between major economies like the US and EU can shift global prices and even affect supply chains that reach Asia.
There were a lot of heartbreaking headlines from the Middle East again.
Correct. Israel opened limited access for food aid into Gaza, but relief agencies warned it may be too late for many. Dozens of people, including children, have died from starvation or in clashes near border aid sites. Human rights groups are demanding immediate and broader humanitarian action.
Is there hope things will get better?
There are ongoing ceasefire talks, but this situation remains extremely fragile.
I also heard about trouble on the Thailand and Cambodia border.
Absolutely. Both countries traded fresh attacks, and at least 13 people were killed in border clashes this week. The fighting has displaced thousands, and the international community is pushing for urgent peace talks, with Malaysia offering to mediate.
Nature has not been kind. What's happening with the wildfires in Europe?
Relentless heat waves and strong winds are fueling huge wildfires in Greece and Turkey. Dozens of blazes broke out in a single day, with thousands evacuated and whole communities threatened. Emergency crews are struggling to keep up as the fires move rapidly.
I saw there was a major train accident in Europe, too.
That's right. In Germany, a passenger train derailed 150 kilometers west of Munich, killing at least 3 and injuring many others. Investigations are ongoing to find the cause.
Big news from the US on the environment?
Yes, the Environmental Protection Agency announced it would shut down its scientific research arm, sparking outrage among scientists and environmentalists. Critics argue this will weaken public health protection and climate action.
Anything positive for diplomacy?
A little. Iran and key European countries agreed to resume nuclear talks in Istanbul this week, hoping for progress on limiting nuclear weapons in exchange for eased sanctions.
Anything lighter to wrap up?
A little. The Tour de France finished in Paris after more than 2,000 miles of racing. In Singapore, the World Aquatics Championships opened with swimming stars like Katie Ledecky and Summer McIntosh in the spotlight. Plus, movie fans are ready for the reboot of the Naked Gun series with Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson debuting October 1. In Syria, over 1,000 people died in recent southern province fighting, with a fragile pause in violence now in place. All but 3 missing residents were accounted for after Texas's devastating flood as families begin rebuilding. Japan's Prime Minister Ishiba, despite his party losing its upper house majority, vowed to stay on after a turbulent election.
That was a whirlwind. Thanks for sorting it out with us, Minsu.
Always a pleasure, Jimin. Remember, everyone, world news affects us all. Stay curious and keep listening to understand what's happening and why.
That's it for this week's Global Hot Issues. Stay safe, stay informed, and see you next week.